Trump calls for termination of the Constitution over Elon Musk Twitter files leak. HuffPo, former President Donald Trump suggested that the contents of the leak warranted a complete election redo or simply a coup in which he would be installed as president. A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. Trump wrote on Truth Social. In a follow-up, he added, unprecedented fraud requires unprecedented cure. In all the certainty of late 2020, Twitter went to relatively extreme lengths to deal with the laptop story. The platform blocked it. Sharing a link to the New York Post story meant your accounts could be blocked until you deleted it, which is what happened to then White House Press Secretary Kelly McEnany, whatever her last name is. I'm going to eventually get it. Okay.
She's old news.
By the way, so this story here with Constitution, what are your thoughts on this with what Trump said?
Well, I'm not so much worried about what Trump said because obviously Trump has a position here and he's sticking to it. I'm more concerned with what Elon Musk's response was. Did you see Elon Musk's response where he said no president or no person is bigger than the Constitution?
Yep.
And I think that's something that we can all get behind. No?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree on that. Here's what I will tell you. Think if you're, so you have to look at this from a couple different perspectives. As an American, no, the Constitution is the Constitution, okay, as an American. If everybody agrees on doing something with the Constitution from both sides, it's something we ought to entertain. Could be something we ought to entertain. But at the same time, dude, think about if you're sitting there saying, I'm telling you guys, they did this. I'm telling you. And you're like, nah, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just a criminal. You're the one that's manipulating this. 2 years later, yeah, everything I said they did, they did. Yeah, but, who cares? It's 2 years ago. Nobody really cares, right? It's an old story. Think about how you would feel as an individual. So his understanding, he's just frustrated.
And just going to, like, his anger. Yeah, he's nuts, right, Adam? But it's validating his anger. And January 6th, I don't give a shit what people call it. Insurrection, the threat of democracy.
No, it was a peaceful meeting.
Hold on, bro. Let's be real. It was a bunch of dorky-ass people taking photos on Pelosi's desk. People were getting them let in. There was FBI dudes riling people up. Let me explain something to you, bro. If you're more... I'm not condoning people getting killed because I think one guy had a stroke or whatever. But people are more mad at that than... This is cheating, bro. They cheated. They stopped stories. Who knows what else shit that they stopped. I don't give a shit. Bro, January 6th, I don't give a shit. To be honest with you, that's why, Pat, do you guys think that now that whole comedian, all that smoke is going to die out now? Because guess what? They cheated. They withheld stories. So now it's validating his anger towards it. And all right, here's my question to you. Do you think if right now they just did a recount, a re-election, whatever? All right, guys, he's out of the basement. This story's out. Does he win the vote? Does he win the election right now, today, if they started all over again? COVID, everything. No, I'm just saying.
I don't know. Everyone wants to play Monday morning quarterback and go back 2 years and figure out what happened.
Well,
I know this. Donald Trump is a toxic candidate. I also know that Joe Biden is a very poor candidate. And in America today, we have choices between shitty candidates. Okay? I'm not on team blue. I'm not on team red. I'm on team red, white, and blue. And this is the reason why everyone and their mother is like, I don't know, Ron DeSantis. I really wish I could. I have very good friends. I bring this up all the time, who are as maggoted out as they come. And they're texting me and they're saying, hey, bro, I can't continue to be on the Trump train. So I don't know. I mean, and who gives a shit? We're not going back to 2020 as much as Trump truths about it or tweets about it, whatever they call it, a truth bomb these days.
He's truthing.
We're not going back. And at the same time, I understand why people feel angry. Things were censored. Big tech has a major role in disseminating information or limiting information. So there's a lot of people have a lot of bones to pick, which I totally understand, and I empathize with those people. But at the same time, it's 2023 in about 25 days. Yeah. We're not going back to 2020.
I agree.
It's over.
I agree.
Move on.
I agree.
And try to clean it up for 2024. Yeah. By the way, we've had 2.5 years to discuss the Hunter Biden laptop story.
What's still been suppressed, though?
How much did that affect the midterms? Not much. So
wait a minute.
Whoa.
You can't say how much did it didn't affect the midterms, because this never came out before
Still,
the midterms.
It didn't come out.
If this would have come out before the midterms, you're saying it's not going to impact the midterms? You know it's going to impact the midterms. The timing of this was perfect for the left because this is going to impact elections, zero. It's not going to impact midterm, and it's not going to impact 2024. It couldn't come out at a better time for the left, period. If I'm a strategic, democratic, whatever strategist, let's just say, for the left, I'm sitting there saying, guys, relax. The best possible time for us, the worst possible time for the Republicans. This ain't going to do nothing. This story's going to move on in the next 2 months, 3 months. They're done. We're going to move on to the next thing, and we'll find a bunch of stuff on DeSantis, Trump that will make up and people will buy. Don't worry about it.
So with all the craziness taking place, I believe future looks bright. If you believe future looks bright, get your latest Future Looks Bright hat of Valuetainment. It says Future Looks Bright here, Future Looks Bright here. We got them in white, we got them in black, we got them in red. Our black on black sold out. These are about to sell out. If you haven't ordered one yet, we had a person in Michigan, bought one, then he bought 3. Then when those 3 people weren't in the office, they had to order 58 of them because people wanted the Future Looks Bright hat, especially during times like this, because ain't nobody saying Future Looks Bright. To order your Future Looks Bright hat, click over here. And to watch the entire podcast, click here. Take care, everybody.